It all started on a cold winter evening. Our family gathered at Grandma's house for our traditional Friday night dinner. We were all there, my mom, Dad, my sister and I, and all of our cousins and aunts and uncles. The air was warm, laughter filled the room, and everything seemed perfect. Then my Uncle Mark suddenly said, "Do you remember Matt?" A strange silence fell over the table. Everyone exchanged confused looks, as if trying to recall a memory that didn't exist. My sister asked, "Matt? Who's Matt?" My uncle replied, "Our cousin Matt. He used to visit us all the time. How could you forget him?" But the strange thing was none of us remembered him. No photos, no messages, not even a single clear memory. It was as if my uncle had invented a person out of thin air. In the following days, things got even stranger. Whenever someone tried to remember Matt, they felt a piercing headache, and the thought would vanish completely, as if something was erasing him from their minds. Only my Uncle Mark insisted that Matt was real. But why would he lie? And what was he hiding? Then one day, while my mom was cleaning the kitchen, she found something that made her blood run cold. An old ceramic mug with the name Matt engraved clearly on it. No one had ever seen it before. Yet it was covered in dust, as if it had been there for years. My uncle, who was the only one to remember Matt, didn't even have a cup. When my mom showed it to him, his face drained of color, and he dropped the spoon he was eating with. Things escalated quickly after that. At night, we all began to feel watched. Footsteps in the hallway, shadows moving across the walls, and sometimes in the dead silence, we would all hear a faint whisper, "Remember me." It sounded sad, desperate, and it always seemed to come from the walls or from inside the walls. None of us slept well anymore. We were all too busy staring into the darkness, waiting for the first sign of light in the morning. One evening, my dad couldn't take it anymore. He called a priest, hoping that Matt, whoever he was just some kind of entity that had attached itself to our family, and he would be able to get rid of him. But when the priest arrived, things took a turn for the worse. The priest felt the presence in the house, but he couldn't identify it. It wasn't evil, but it was definitely there. As he blessed the house, my dad noticed something strange. The shadows on the wall seemed to move on their own, almost as if they were alive. Then one of the paintings fell from the wall. It wasn't hung by a nail, but by a complex system of hooks. My dad watched in disbelief as the painting slowly descended, revealing a dark stain behind it. The priest didn't hesitate. He knew this was serious. He dipped a small vial into the stain, and it glowed an eerie green. As the priest left, he told my dad to gather everyone in the living room. We were all there. He showed us the glowing liquid. "This house is cursed," he said, his voice grave. "There's a presence here, something that's feeding off your memories, your emotions, your very life force, and it's growing stronger." He looked at my dad. "You must leave with your family. Leave this house and don't look back." And we did. We left our home behind and moved into a different city. But the strange thing is, no one ever found out the truth about Matt. Was he flesh and blood? Was he a ghost? Or was he something else entirely? All these years later, I still ask myself this question. Because sometimes, in the darkest hours of the night, when the wind howls outside and the shadows dance on the walls, I swear I can still hear a faint whisper coming from the darkness. "Remember me." And I can't help but wonder, should I?